So I'm back at the crib with the family, back at home. I just finished up my spring semester at OU, and it went well. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I got the experience. Obviously, they didn't have a spring tryout, so I wasn't able to try out to get onto the football team. But I want to really tell y'all the story of like how I ended up there in the first place instead of, you know what I'm saying, playing and being on a team already. So I'm gonna rewind y'all back to last year when I was still in high school, 2022. You know what I'm saying? It was like so it was my last semester. You know what I'm saying? It was in February. So I had just got done playing at the Blue-Gray All-American Bowl game, and so my mom was about to get this car, and I'm gonna tell y'all why this is all God. So my mom was about to get this car, right? And the car that she got right now. So we had drove down to the dealership. It was in, you know what I'm saying, it's like an hour away. It's in Kansas City. So boom, drove down to the dealership, and there was the finance guy that we was talking to about, you know what I'm saying, paying for the car and stuff like that. He was like, he had like some football highlights on his computer. He wasn't watching them, but they was just running on his computer while we was just sitting there talking. It was me and my mom and the dude, and shout out to him too. And so he was just talking about it. My mom was like, "Oh, my son plays football. He just played an All-American game." And he was like, "Oh, really?" And then he was like, "Oh, let me see some, you know what I'm saying? Let me see some tape." You know what I'm saying? So I showed him my high school tape, and then I showed him the All-American game tape. And he was like, you're not on the team. You don't have, you know what I'm saying? Whoop de whoop. And I was like, "No, but I'm thinking about walking on to OU." And he was like, I played at OU." And I was like, "No way." You know what I'm saying? And then so he was like, "I know the strength and conditioning coach down there, Coach Schmidt, and that's the guy that I was talking to." So he was like, boom. So he knew Coach Schmidt, and he was like, "Okay, I'll shoot him a text, show him your film." So he shot him a text. He showed it to me. Said I have 4.4 speed. Showed him my tape. Said I could ball. And then Coach Schmidt had replied and said, "Whoop de whoop. He can fly. He can play." Boom. So boom, had that set up. And then like 2 weeks later, I got officially admitted into OU for the spring semester, and I'm gonna tell y'all why that's crucial. I missed the whole. You know what I'm saying, I didn't, because since I applied late, I wasn't able to get in, because it was, you know what I'm saying, a lot of kids go and apply to a big school like that. So you know what I'm saying, it's really slim pickings. So boom, I got admitted for the spring semester and whatnot. So then at this point, so this is still last year, and I'm still thinking about what I'm gonna do, where I'm gonna go. So I had this Juco opportunity that I had, you know what I'm saying, set up or whatever, out in California, Santa Ana Community College. So boom, I had went out there, and I never got on the visit or nothing like that. And you know what I'm saying, me being who I am, I went out there and I seen like where I was stacked up to other people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, boom, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I already got to connect. I'm already, you know what I'm saying? So, and I prayed about it. I talked to God about it, and I was like, boom. So I came back, you know what I'm saying? I came back home after practicing out there, and I made that decision. You feel me? So, that being said, I didn't end up playing like there. It wasn't a fit for me, though. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not making no excuses, but I'm glad I did what I did, because looking back on it, it wouldn't have worked out there anyway. And when I'm gonna tell y'all, I made that decision like out of fear, like that I didn't, because I had already had something set up. You know what I'm saying? I did that out of fear, like, dang, can I even play D1 right now? I should probably go Juco and, you know what I'm saying, develop myself more instead of like just believing in myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I already knew where I wanted to play ball, and I had I had everything to get into the school already. So boom, I came back home. This is the summer, right? So this is like June and going into July. So I came back home, I worked. So boom, October of 2022, I go on the Instagram and I see the OU's having walk-on tryouts for October. And I'm like, so I'm about to be there in the spring, in January. So I you know what I'm saying, I DM'd not DM, but I emailed the person in charge of the sports relations person that was in charge of the walk-on tryout over there. And I was like, yo, I'm not a student right now, but I will be in January. Can I come down for the tryout? And he was like, no, you have to be a current student. So I'm like, okay. So now I was like, so y'all gonna have a spring tryout? And he was like, nah, we ain't gonna have no, and this is through email, we ain't gonna have a spring tryout. Woo the woo. Our next one won't be till this time next year, in the middle of the football season. So cool. So I'm talking to me and my mom and my family talking about it, like, that's crazy. Why is it in the middle of the season and they ain't gonna have another one? So at this point, I'm kind of like lucked out because I'm like, yo, like I gotta go somewhere. So I just said, you know what I'm saying, F it. And I went out there. I still went in January, and I was like, I'm gonna have to force my way onto the team type vibe. And you know what I'm saying, so boom, I get there in January, and like the week after I had first got there and got classes, I had went into the office and I tried to talk to, I was looking for Coach Schmidt, the dude that the finance guy texted and, you know, saying about me. So I had already had a foot halfway in, you know what I'm saying? So boom, I'm already halfway in, kinda. So I got in touch with him, and that's by me going into their practices. Like I would drive over to the facility and go into their practice until I found him, because I knew what he looked like. So I had found him, and then I talked to him, and then I just introduced him. I'm like, yo, I'm Kingston. And then once I said that, he knew what was going on. He knew what was happening. So he was like, okay, I'm gonna show my film to the rest of the guys, to the rest of the coaching staff, and woo. So he did that. So now we in like February. So I go in there again, and after that he was like, come back next week and I'll have, you know what I'm saying, boom. So now we in February, and then he was like, okay, the coaches. So I went and visited with him again. Like I showed up to their, I guess they was having like conditioning or whatever they was doing. Like they was team practice. I went before their practice because he told me they had practice at 3:30. So I went at like 3:15 and talked to him when he was in there. So boom, I did that. And I went in there and you know what I'm saying, he knew who I was. So he was like, boom, thanks for coming. And I told him, I was like, so am I gonna be able to, like, and he was like, so they're the coaches, all the offensive coaches are out of town. I think he said they were in California. And he was like, they'll be back next Wednesday. So, hey, stop it. He said, so they'll be back next Wednesday. So boom, next Wednesday, this is in February, mind you, this year. So next Wednesday, boom, I come back, and he's like, I'm gonna have you meet with them. Boom, just wait by the wall, and we gonna meet in this room. All right, so boom, I'm waiting by the wall. We gonna meet in the room. Then he sent another guy over to me talking about, we gonna have you shoot a text to this guy and call him, which is I guess the recruiting coordinator. So I did that, and he didn't even respond to me. So he didn't even respond, but like a couple days later, he had responded. And then, so he had said, send me your film, whoop. And then after that, I never heard back from him. So the next week, literally the following week, I went back, and I was like, I talked to him. He was like, did the recruiting coordinator get back to you? I said, yeah, but he hit me, and then I hit him back, and he didn't respond to me. And I tried to follow up with him, and he didn't say nothing. So boom, so he was like, okay, I'll talk to him. Woo. And this is the same guy that the finance guy had shot a text to and let me know. So I'm going off of that, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, God got something for me. And that's the whole reason why, you know what I'm saying? But so boom, I didn't go back the next week, but 2 weeks later I went back in there. He was like, yo, thanks for coming. Have you heard anything back? And I'm like, no. Which, mind you, I'm talking to the strength and conditioning coach, which is the person that I knew, you know what I'm saying, that first of all would talk to me, and the person that I already had to connect with. So that's why I'm talking to him. So I'm leaving the building right after that, and another guy came out after me. He was an offensive GA, you know, I think so. And he came out right behind me, and this is when I'm like, all right, so I'm probably gonna have to transfer. And this is like going into March, right before spring break type of deal. So I'm like, I'm probably gonna have to transfer. And then in my head, as I'm leaving, he comes down, he's like, yo. And he was like, you're Kingston, right? And I was like, yeah. So that's when it clicked. I was like, okay, so they know about me. And they just, you know what I'm saying, playing games. And so he was like, okay, so we all seen your film. The coaches love it. You can fly, you can run the route tree, woo. So I'm like, okay, so what's the hostage? Literally, this is our conversation as I'm walking to my car, leaving facility, leaving their practice. He was like, well, we're full right now, but we're gonna have to either cut some people or wait till somebody transfers or leaves or something like that. Okay, so I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, well, can I get your number? So woo. So he gave me his number. I put my number in his phone. I shot him a text later. But that's when I knew. I was like, okay, so they know about me. they know about me. So Coach Smith did what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? He actually, because at first I was doubting, and I'm like, he probably ain't even say nothing to these folks for real. But he did, and God, I thank him for that. And so, boom, the guy came out. We had talked. He said I could. So that's when I knew like the coaches knew about me. So then the next week, I went like into like like the normal student can't get into. So there was a football player walking in. This was the next week, right? It was a football player walking into like their actual facility, not their practice, because like they're indoor. You could just walk in mostly because like they usually have the door propped open. So I went into like where their weight room and stuff was, and when I did that, I couldn't get in, so I stood there and I waited till somebody got it. Just one of the football players came and they actually opened the door for me, and I was talking to him. He was a free safety actually, and he was like, well, they're about to have practice at like 3:15, because I was going there looking for a coach. Like, I'm like, all right, bet. So if these folks ain't going, then I'm gonna find an actual coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna find a receiver coach. I'm gonna find a head coach, preventable, somebody. And I didn't find any of them that wasn't in there. But the free safety on the team, he was like, we better have practice in about 15 minutes so boom, I went there, went to the practice again. You know what I'm saying? Hey, stop it. Went to the practice again, you know what I'm saying? And then I sat there and waited to the end. Like, I waited to the end to talk to somebody. And then I seen Coach Smith again, and I talked to him, and I was like, and this is, I'm tripping. This is like after spring break, you know what I'm saying? So this was like going into April type deal. And once I did that, I kind of caught the drift, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was probably gonna have to transfer and with the rule. But I know that he actually told him about me, and I only did that because like I seen, like I kept, because like big time schools, when somebody transfers. So I'm seeing folks transferring, I'm seeing folks you know what I'm saying, all type of stuff. So I'm like, all right, so there got to be a spot for me. So I shoot a text to the offensive GA, because he came and found me. He was like, we seen your tape, we like your tape. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I texted him, and this is like mid-April, so this wasn't that long ago. I'm like, and this after the spring game actually. They had a spring game on April 22nd. So I texted him at the spring game. I'm like, yo, is there any spots for me? And he's like, he was like, we're gonna have to cut some people and whatnot, and I'll get back to you. So he said I'll get back to you tomorrow. So then the next day he said the same type of thing, to where he doesn't know and whatever. Basically, he didn't know nothing. So after that, I was like, you know what, I'm probably gonna have to transfer. So then I started looking at, you know what I'm saying, like camps for the summer and stuff like that. So that's why we here right now. Like I said, I ain't want to make this ain't no sob story, bro. As y'all see, I still post my stuff. I'm still working. I'm still, you know what I'm saying, I'm still doing my thing, and it's gonna happen when it's supposed to happen. But that's how I know that God is in it. You know what I'm saying? I follow through with I feel like when I left the Juco, I start walking into my purpose, and I'm still trying to find, you know what I'm saying, and gather all and I'm not gonna know it all in one day, but I'm still trying to, you know what I'm saying, piece it together as I go. And that's what's happening right now, man. So we back at the crib, we gonna grind, we gonna work, we got a tryout, we got a camp at the end of this month. I'm not gonna tell y'all where, but y'all gonna see it on the vlog. We vlogging it all for y'all, man, because I know this is a part of, hey, Kia, stop it. I know this is a part of what I'm supposed to be doing, according to God, you know what I mean? And I know what I see myself doing too, and everything that I want. And I'm gonna go and get it, you know what I'm saying? YouTube, football, all the stuff that I see from myself, I'm gonna go and get it. You feel me? So, but yeah, so we back at the crib right now. We've been working. The last 2 days, I didn't vlog this, but the last 2 days I went to, since I got back on Tuesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, it's Friday now. Wednesday, Thursday, I went stop it. Kia, stop. I went to train with some of my friends and stuff like that, run some routes, and we got a quarterback and stuff like that. Did good in those, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm good. I'm ready to go, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna say I feel like, I know I am. You feel me? I'm ready for whatever, whenever, whoever, anybody getting it. You feel what I'm saying? So, and that's just how I'm coming for real. And a part of it too is like my mentality and my confidence. Like even though it didn't work out, like I feel like where I'm at, like here, like I've always been like confident, like, and I've always known like I just need to get seen. Like that's always been like, even in high school, I was like breaking the receiving record, doing all this stuff. I was like, all I ever needed was to get seen. And that's probably the most frustrating thing, like knowing that you that, and like knowing that you good and whatever it is, and you just know that you just got to get seen and you ain't being seen. So, and that's really still where I'm at. But like now I know that, for like, because before I was just doubting myself. Like I knew I just need to get seen, but I was like, well, maybe I ain't that good, because why haven't I got seen? And that's really where I had to like come to God and like pray and really just figure that out. So, but I don't really want to make this too long, but hey, I gotta pick up my YouTube, man. I really gotta get this going. I'll be overthinking my YouTube stuff too, and I really just gotta just tell y'all the story, and whoever wanna follow it is gonna follow it, and whoever ain't gonna follow it ain't gonna follow it. And that's just how it is. You feel me? So with that being said, man, we back at the crib, man. We working. Went to the field past couple of days. Got some good ones in, some good work. And next time I'm gonna try to vlog it for y'all. My grandpa's birthday tomorrow. I'm gonna try to vlog that for y'all too. And yeah, so if you're new to the channel, man, like, comment, and subscribe, man. And just follow me on this journey. Like I said, I got camp set up on the 30th at one specific school, and I'm not gonna tell y'all where it's at until that time. And then I got another one, another camp, which is gonna be a bunch of different schools at a different location in June. So if first place don't spin how it's supposed to spin, then we're gonna spin at the other place, and that place definitely gonna spin how it's supposed to spin. And we're just moving off of God, you feel me? And that's gonna conclude this video, man. Like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate it, you tuning in and watching me. We gonna go up, you know what I'm saying? 2023, this summer is a big summer. It's a vital summer. I feel like I really had my defining moment coming back from OU and not being crushed to the point where I felt like I'm not gonna lie, like, you know how you feel like giving up, but like, I'm not gonna give up. It only make me wanting more. It only make me hungry. It only made me stronger, really. Like I said, like I feel like right now, like I feel like I'm the best in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though I'm not, like, but like another thing and I don't want to like keep on, but another thing I realized, like, God's gonna, like, this is the most important part for me, and you know what I'm saying, anybody else that's not where they want to be, like, and got turned down or rejected or turned away from what they thought was what they thought was gonna work out. Like, everything pointed to this working out, and it didn't work out. And it's really like a development, because sometimes I'd rather get it. I'm gonna say I'd rather get it and know that, like, you know what I'm saying, like, have it and not have the insecurities and the doubting and all that stuff in me still. Like, I want to get rid of all that, so when I get it, I'm living my best life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of them people, like, you know what I'm saying, that's still going through all this stuff and internally. Like, you always gonna go through stuff in the world, man. It's the world, it's life. But I'm talking about, like, internally. Like, God's gonna really set you up inside yourself through he's gonna test you, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a constant test, and that's how you're gonna get what you want to get. And you really gonna flourish by just being good in here and in your heart and in your mind, you feel me? And I would, like, when I look back, I'm proud of myself for taking the steps that I took, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this ain't no sob story, man. It's gonna work out, it's supposed to work out, because I've been working, and I know that when I get on the field, I can play with the best of them no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not no scrub, I'm not none of that, man. I know that by myself, and that's really the biggest hump that I had to get over. And like, dang, am I really good enough? Like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, yeah, but hey, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe, man. I'm trying to be as consistent as possible and getting these vlogs out. And yeah, so I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.